We don't need luck.
Yeah.
Do we, Warriors? Good day, Warriors. Big red market today across the board. Just showing the dollar here, Mike. How you doing? Dollar's been ripping for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
Finally starting to show some impact in the market. Apple broken stock as far as I'm concerned now. Of course, it could rally. I think people be buying breaks all the way down because it's a favorite, but I still see lower numbers. NVIDIA looks like it's finally starting to roll over for a 3 or a C.
This SMCI has numbers tonight, and that's going to be a major tag along with NVIDIA.
Okay, the market might try and give, maybe the dollar will pull back a little bit and give the market some relief, but I tried it and we're pressing the highs, and gold's under pressure, silver's under pressure. S&Ps, they're looking pretty ugly. I think we're headed towards some 200-day. Where's the 200-day on it?
You know what? This VIX hasn't had this 11 a.m. pullback either. The market bounced a touch.
Yeah.
This VIX went the other way.
VIX is acting great. I see a couple obstacles. I think that, once we clear this 200-day moving average, we could head up towards 27. You don't want to know the number I'm looking for if we get over 27. I'll tell you anyway.
I do.
Okay, 48, 50, 48.
I was going to 40. I was going to say 42.
Yeah, closer to 50.
But that was just a guess on knowing you, not even looking at the chart.
Okay, and we're going to get great buying opportunities in the metals. They're trying to turn a little bit here, even with lower metals. But it's cash is king market. What I'd like to know is are Wiseguys backing up this sell-off with money in sweeps? Are they backing up this? Or are they buying calls on this dip? I saw yesterday.
They're not backing up anything.
Okay. Yeah, and it was like that yesterday. The commentary was it was just sloppy action in options. There were no tells yesterday that this was going to happen.
But hold on, Coach. This is what I thought about. I said, why did this happen? Obviously, that China was a little bit of a
big part of it.
Okay. But much like I almost felt like this was, I don't want to make excuses. It's almost felt like this was Silicon Valley Bank. It happened, which was the debt rating got downgraded. How many days ago? Whatever.
Yeah, Fitch.
It just seemed it couldn't. That was even psychologically, it maybe left a little bit more of a scar, and that almost was in my mind how First Republic panned out a little bit after that. So maybe I missed it that way. It was obviously some sort of big binary move. You can look at a lot of things. Everybody started posting their P&L. Then the market had gone 43 consecutive days without a 1% drawback. Then everybody, last week started posting. The market had gone like 82 days without a 2%. So it's almost like it created its own path, if you will. Obviously, there were reasons for that. Macro. The good thing is for us. Although it's not really good for us because we trade what we see price action over sentiment is, the smart guys or the macro guys actually have something to hang their hat on because that seems to be more matriculating now the past couple of weeks, if you will, maybe a month or so. No.
Yeah. Well, after a move like this, I'd expect people to buy every dip. I still think what I said a few weeks ago is a pretty good possibility that the battleground in the S&Ps still lower. I think 4,200. Even if they bring it back today, I think this 4,200, this breakout area that we had in June, once it just started smoking, 4196 would be a natural level. Here's your uptrend line, Mike, from going back to the March lows at 3,800. And look how this moving average, the 50-day and the trend line, look at that confluence, how they've
been talking like that. You know what? That's an ugly line. That's more than a line in the sand. That's like a Helene pencil line in the sand.
Yeah, that's like 44.30. So I mean, we're not that far away.
But this Coach, there are stocks though that are they're just stocks that have
fighting this
are going up 3-4%. Stocks,
Yeah.
there are stocks today, everything, AYX, Ring.
All right, I'm going to
FTN.
turn the screen over because that's what I wanted. I want to see the inside of the market, and that's the kind of view that you give us because, sometimes you're just watching indexes and you don't know what's happening under the surface because you're watching an average, and there's always, but I noticed in the chat room, Mike, that you've been making hay on some shorts and plug and some other shorting that you were doing some profit taking
You know
yesterday.
what? My longs have been acting so poorly, and not many of them, but I have some issues that I got to roll up the sleeve. And I'm mixed, and that's what happens. Is always, it is. But I could see by the price action of my longs that something was up. And by the way, here's Apple on a daily. Here's Apple on a weekly. Here's this D dog, which, by the way, I mean, this had.
Wow.
This is the soft. This goes with Microsoft. This is basically the software stock play.
Okay.
And it took them what? March, April, May, June, July, 3 months. Give back. Stock's down 30%. Yes, it's testing the 200-day, but even for stock, I mean, they're waiting for stock to be down that much and to only maybe have a $2 range is worrisome to me.
It's amazing.
It's clear that they want out. It's not even like some whipsawing, like maybe I'll buy it here, it's good here. It's just boom. But the market is oversold. But that's emblematic of how you.
But that's a broken stock. It's not going to fill that gap at 105.
Another one, AYX, is just another former. I mean, this it wasn't long ago, Coach. Give it a year ago. And by the way, I'm not talking about the correction maybe 2 years ago when AIX was 200. Even a year ago, after it corrected, it still hung in there. Now it's $31. It's another software company that's prey to AI. That's also emblematic. This is different than the stock on D-Dog, because D-Dog they want to sell because a lot of people have profits in this. AYX, maybe just people covering shorts. You know what I mean? Because the price action was clear. As the comp was here, this was AYX. It's a big underperformer. And
look at that, the Qs right on that moving average. There's some space underneath it.
Well, now it's at the
like 315.
Now it's got the Qs.
Yeah. The difference between those moving averages. Look where they all come in under 320.
Yeah, no, it's not. There's a lot going on there.
So I mean, people say, "Well, I'm late." Maybe it's just starting.
No, well, hold on a second. This is where the frustrating things come in from a person that thinks that's early on a lot of things. How about this?
You look how early I was. I was bearish Apple at 170.
ENVX, there was the only one shorting at 23, now 17. Which one gave me problems? ENVX. Let me go to my screen. Hold on. Believe me, they're still there. Which one gave me problems? Planeteer. IONQ. IONQ was giving me problems. The quant play. IONQ. Now you go from 20. Now it's down 30. 25% at support. But I'm doing it up here, making the hard money when it's waffling. But the real money comes with the break you see on the bottom left with the volume. I'm shorting it into up volume.
Yeah.
Only knowing that it's amount of time. But this is the lesson. Everybody who's ever listening, whether it's 1 or 1,000, believe me, this is a contra trader. The reason why it's difficult to go against the trend is you never really make it in the meat of the trade. I was out at 18 fighting it from 1980.
Right. You were glad then. Right.
Yeah. Tesla, somebody telling me 216. That's where it's going. 216. Somebody short Tesla, a big daddy of mine.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like it.
Says 216 is his price target. And believe me, this guy
could happen. Guy's good, huh?
Too oversold for shorting. Boeing, nice setup. That's the setup.
That still looks all right.
Oh, looks all right. That's not late. I wouldn't short it.
Yeah, so is cat and deer. I mean, we're doing a complete 180 in the last few months of tech beginning to stall before it started to sell off, and things like deer and cat that I was bearish on 4 or 5 months ago are back at their highs.
How about this one? What was, Coach? And not to put you on the spot, do you know the one stock that had the most options that have been going 2015, 2026? You remember that symbol? If anybody's on here, they should. Because I know you don't trade options. The symbol was LI. Remember that LI? I'm talking about that stock LI, Long Island.
No,
that stock was having calls going off. Anybody in the room does. All you guys. Got it. This was it,
Okay.
LI. Now
Wow. Yeah.
I'm actually long it now in a nice way. It's actually working
Yeah.
really nicely. I bought a ton of it, 41, 20, 30. Now it's 42.70. I'm gonna take some off here because the RSI is near the thing. Sell
Okay.
position, sell 3600 market. That was a nice trade.
You know, I noticed Cameco was down yesterday. The uraniums have been pretty strong. How's it acting today? Oh, it got hammered, huh?
Still taking.
Still acting okay.
It's still doing option, still taking option flow. URA too,
Okay.
by the way. For those
Okay.
that want to trade, it's obvious. This is another one that's emblematic of what to do in this bifurcated market. CCJ best of breed. Obviously,
Yeah.
they outperforming the uranium sector.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was taught that stocks lead the commodity. So maybe you want to pick up some URA here, or even do some long-term lotto plays.
Well, I just look at sometimes the raw uranium prices making new highs.
Well, I'm not that
New
smart.
highs.
I don't. I took the uranium spot price off my screen a couple of years ago.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty slow and not illiquid, but gives you an idea. You know, the banks, despite some downgrades, are holding up okay, aren't they?
Well, here's the big
The
daddy.
financials.
Here's Goldman. And by the way,
Okay, that doesn't look good.
no, here's the big daddy. Let's go to the second daddy, the one we like and look for, JP Morgan. Oh, I saw Citibank going with puts. Thanks for reminding me.
Okay, so there you go.
Wow.
There's some conviction. So I mean, Citi never
Citibank puts are going
participated.
off aggressively. I think I posted it, but to answer your question,
Okay.
Coach, that's a
Yeah.
bank. And
All
by the
right.
way, that if you know that and go back to our YouTube channel, you and I have been discussing these for months.
Been bearish and
Oh,
just
we've
kept
been very
holding.
bearish. Look at Goldman as compared to Citi. I mean, this
Yeah.
Citi's been
Yeah.
weak, and that's been the one. I think it has to do with more because it's so.
You know, when you short
international.
something and it can't hurt you when the S&P's rally 200 handles, you got something.
Well, Coach, I'm going to tell you, I don't want to get graphic here because I think my nephew may be watching, but there are very few feelings in the world that are better when your shorts go down and your longs go up at the same time. And there's
Yeah.
only one of those feelings, and that one thing comes to mind. But that's what's happening now.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mike's having an orgasm today, everyone.
Oh,
in the
earmuffs,
market. So,
earmuffs.
but anyway, yeah, it never rallied. So that's that for the banks.
Great coach.
Oil's finally given up. So, you know, got hit pretty hard. It's trying to come back today. I think you've been playing the short side of oils.
I played it for a trade. It's just because
Trade,
usually
just a trade.
that was a trade. Oh, how about this? RRC, I'm short, right? I took the money out of it. Here's my cover. You know, I'm covering it. I'm taking that was more of Mark. I don't think. Listen, look at the stock. It's an animal. It's I know why I know it well because I'm long and in the fund.
Okay.
So I just
Flush.
took a shot at a market call. I mean, I was short
Right.
at 33.40. I took it off at 32.60 at 8,000. It's good for 7,000-8,000 for a hedge.
Yeah.
So that's it. Slob,
Okay.
how about Schlumberger doing? That had a nice bounce off the bottom. Look at that, 56 to 57.5. Schlumberger, best of breed, still wouldn't want to short it. Halliburton acting well still. Wow, they took them all. PXD acting well at best of breed. So oil still PXD.
How about
EOG,
home builders, Mike? You know, they've been stars.
I don't know, Coach. That's the flag setting up nicely. PH Lennar.
I'm looking at right now. We're seeing the room. We're
I'm
looking
sorry.
at TradeGATEHub
I
right
apologize.
now,
I'm going too fast.
where everyone who's hearing our voice should come and hang out and post. All
And
right.
you know what? Even if they don't, they should mute us and just go back to this and go back to our stock room where you can just go on our stock page, just like Yahoo Finance. You want to mute us? Go to the stock page. Yahoo Finance. This is better than Yahoo Finance. You want to go movers today? Let's go to NASDAQ stocks movers to the day. There's the bunch of NASDAQ stocks. Let's go biggest changers on the day. There's the big losers. Biggest
You're
change.
showing toll.
Oh, I'm going toll again. Damn it. I'm on
You're showing toll.
This is it. Here, the stock room. You don't want to
Okay.
listen to Coach and I? Here, New York Stock Exchange stocks. What's up the most today? What's the up down the most? All right, CRISPR. CRISPR. It's CPSR. Punch up the chart. I don't know why that's not working now. CXT. I think I'm going too fast for the chart. But anyway, you can see what's moving in percentage moves. Punch up the chart right next to it in volume. Let me go back to toll for those that weren't that don't want to hear us. They should though. There's the chart on the daily. DHI, best of breed. There it is. How you doing? Let's look at PHM, the sneaky one, owned by David Tepper. Looks very good. They're the homies. I have, weekly. You know, like I don't know what to tell you. I
I
think
sure
that
wouldn't chase them here.
the trades. Well, I was going to say the trade's over, but this is more of a this is more of a macro indicator than a trade setup for me. No,
Why don't you pull up TLT and tell me what you would do with it? Because I mean, that's a big question on everyone's minds. Would you take a shot at longs here?
no, no. I don't think this is not the type of proverbial lower low you want to see or higher low.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't. I do like the volume it did yesterday because it got the majority of the flush out. But
Yeah.
yesterday close. Let's look at the. This is the weekly, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it here. It's a
Okay.
3 day up. See, it's a 3 day up. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
no.
So it was just a bounce from an
This is
oversold
not. No,
condition.
this is a. This is not a lower high or a higher.
No, it's a higher low.
Yeah, this is not a higher low in my opinion.
Okay. Anything happening in
So let's go to options.
what's that?
Let's go to our option flow, right?
Oh yeah, let's see what Jesus is saying today.
You know what? The Jesus feed became a website. It's not even a Twitter feed now.
Oh really?
Now it became a website, so I have to open up another window. Typical.
Huh, so he's off Twitter now? Just
He is off
his
Twitter.
subscribers.
He is off Twitter.
Completely off Twitter.
Off Twitter, so you have to subscribe. I mean, he's subscribed anyway, but it's just what it does is it just puts another window open for me. And all right,
Yeah.
so what is Jesus saying? It's going to be on the back of the firm bullish, DDD bearish, Nevada bearish, but they're all going to August, July.
Yeah, that's short
not
term.
interested. August.
Short term.
Anti-VIX were oversold at the moment. That was at 11:09. That was about 10 minutes ago. So we were oversold. MTTR bullish, August. September, Boeing. Okay. So at least we're giving you the right ones. And somebody's getting a little bit more finicky or a little bit more bullish going out to September. So what's that saying to me with the Boeing chart is, yeah, it might pull back. But, you know, I think by September.
There's long-term conviction on it.
Yeah, by September, 23rd, I think it's going to be a little bit higher.
Okay.
Let's go to
cool rundown.
Yeah, well, let's go to some more and we'll leave it at that. And that's 11:05. So I don't really see anything aggressive. Meta puts August, VIX hanging in there. It should be pulling back at 11:15 as it does most of these strong days. No, coach, on most of these weekdays, they should have pulled back. I'll keep posting.
Yeah, I think this fix is embryonic and that people are still pretty complacent. So we'll see. I think we need a.
I still think I don't think, you know how there's a cliche that I like, and I think it's actually true that everybody deserves a beating every once in a while. I think that the rotation has been so easy that I don't think everybody had that I think nobody got punched in the face yet, and then their plan went out the window. Their plan's going to go out the window because I don't think they got punched in the face.
No, they're just getting jabbed right now.
Yeah, right. I'm mixed. They could do whatever they want. Personally, I hope it goes either up or down. I hope the VIX goes to 40. Whether the market goes up or down, I don't care. But right now, I don't think there's always an out. I mean, there's been a lot of outs. There's been a lot of outs for me. So maybe I have to get punched in the face, but I'll be. I don't think so. But
I don't think you need to.
But
anyway, keep your hands up.
I wanted to retract.
They can't get, and the punch won't get through. Just keep your hands up, bro. I know you know how to do that. So, okay. I think we hear minimum. This is a correction, and you know what? Bulls should be happy about this.
No,
what they have a chance of buying Nvidia another $100 lower.
Everybody's happy. There's our boy Jake here talking about Bitcoin, which is why I'm long coin. You got to give me props for that one.
Okay.
But you know what, Coach?
Nice.
It is that. What was the previous statement you said? I got. What did you say?
That even bulls should be happy because they're going to be able to buy.
And the bears are happy they can get out and buy. That's why still. I don't think anything is. Nobody get punched in the face yet. The bears can cover it and get more. Build up some liquidity. The bulls can see the pullback, but once again, that goes with the cliche: is you have a plan until you get punched in the face. You beware of too much of a pullback, then everybody's going to be waiting for the perfect spot for the pullback. Then it's going to go down lower, and then you're not going to catch the pullback. Then it's going to rip up, and then everybody's going to be lopsided. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that means we'll take out 4,200 before we go to new all-time highs, because that's where people will buy. It'll go to 39 and then rip. So I know what you mean. Look, Mr. Market shakes out as many people as possible. Done it to me before the move that you're looking for happens, and then most likely without you. So don't be afraid to recommit if your timing was off. Okay.
So the good thing is with the VIX a little bit pumped up like this, you can have your chance to get in. A little stubbornness is guilty is when the VIX was so low, still is a little bit.
Yeah,
I was
that's what I
holding some
mean.
losers. I just needed some out. Some things are still getting out, but when you can reposition a lot more when the VIX is up here. So don't get stubborn, and even more so, remember, know what you're buying as the markets gets more volatile.
18 will look cheap by year end on the VIX. Anyway, that's my call, and the next one's yours, Mike. Great to get together with you, and I'm glad you found that Citibank sweep. Yeah, that looks pretty bad. So if you want to short something, that looks like that's just starting.
Morgan Stanley, how about Morgan? They had
Yeah, it looks
earnings.
ugly. Looks the
This was the earnings.
financials.
This was the top. This was earnings. Morgan Stanley.
Well,
90
I was on with Michael
over.
Guyed last week,
Yeah.
and he recently did a tweet, and what I said was, it's my belief that this banking crisis is by design and being engineered so that people lose confidence in the banks and the financial system to sell the CBDC down the road. Because people aren't going to just jump to a digital currency because like during COVID, oh, don't use cash because it could have viruses on it from people handling it. People are going to need a bigger reason to make a big transition, and that's mainly they're going to have to create a crisis and a panic to get people off the dollar system and have a central bank takeover
Well,
of
you
our
can just
currency, a
appreciate that.
hostile takeover of our currency.
Okay, what people could do to prepare for that accurately is such a major international top brokerage firm like ourselves start depositing here, and we have all types of transaction, all type of financial instruments. Safe money is a trade view. My money's in there. My mom's money's in there.
Okay. You buy T-bills?
No, she trades.
Oh, your mom trades.
Yeah,
All right.
pretty good trader.
All right. So who taught who?
It goes back and forth.
Okay. Wow, that is really cool. I'd like to have your mom on with you one
She
day.
goes for no. She's the fundament. She sticks to fundamentals, clean
Bring
trade,
her on, Mike.
clean trade.
You'd be the first mother-son team I've interviewed spouses that work together. I don't know how they do that. But you'd be the first mother-son
But
interview.
don't get me wrong. She wouldn't say that I'm I like Fizzler here because EMPH is bouncing. But you'd give a hell of a macro view. I'm not going to lie.
All right. All
We'll
right.
think about it.
Interesting.
I'll have to see if she's going to charge for an influencer fee or not.
All right. Let me know.
No,
right.
we'll split it.
Okay. We will. All
Well,
right.
until then, guys, a lot of earnings coming out tonight. Very, know what you're doing. I always post it. It's back to hopscotch, smash and grab. The market really is kind of irrelevant. It's been a stock picker's market. It's not changing. For the macro guys, it makes a lot more sense, a lot easier to guide through. For traders here, we trade with price action, volume, and range, and we do what the wise guys are doing, put our ego aside. And remember that we're not here to be right. We're here to make money.
Amen.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike Venezia. And remember, everyone, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Mike and I will see you tomorrow.
Cheers,
See you in the room, bro. All right.